Bringing in my audio, bringing in their audio, flipping to the overlay, and hello and welcome to the Snowocalypse. Week 10, our Apocalypse World campaign. Somebody's mic is being a little bit scratchy. Kindly apply the use of your mute buttons. Wonderful, thank you. Hello and welcome, y'all of the audience. It's a pleasure to have you, and it's a pleasure to have you, my lovely cast. We're like nearly on time for I think the first time since maybe week 1, and I'm so proud of us.
I think we were like on time 1 week.
Yeah.
Since then, it's like maybe
may have
like
got
week
lucky once.
5 or something like that. I want to say
Fair.
something like that.
I'd probably brag about it at the beginning of one of the VODs, so, you know, I'm sure it's findable.
Someone who wants to be the coolest fan ever, go and find that. We don't do that.
No, just no. You've got better things to do with your time. Like watch this. Yes. 10 weeks, guys. 10 weeks. We've made it. We're like
Double figures.
We're doing the thing. Whoop whoop, raise the roof and such. And on this fine week 10 of this lovely show, let's find out how everyone's doing, shall we? So, dearest Jonathan, tell me how's it going?
Actually, really good. My project I've been doing at uni, like, actually had good progress today for like the first time ever, and like I got stuff done. It was incredible. And
My
also, last night, we did Nerfers versus Zombies all over our university building, and it was amazing.
You guys.
Well, we did it a couple of rounds of just pure humans versus Nerfers versus Zombies, and then we split it up because we're sending people out in groups of 4 to not make it too OP.
Right.
So then we decided to do 4v4v4v4v4 v zombies.
Right.
So everyone was in squads of 4. It was last team standing.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
It was kind of epic.
That does sound. Oh my god, I'm so jealous. Just to run the society, if you weren't aware.
And since he's left, it's got much better.
Pretty much. I'm not mad. I'm just. It's watching. It's like watching your kid grow up to do great things.
I'm not implying causation there, but there's certainly correlation.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying.
There's certainly a correlation between a bunch of dedicated committee members turning up and everything being better.
And Sam has like one of our committee members. He has the best announcer voice. Like, I'm sorry, but he is a better announcer than you are, straight up. Like, he has full on like WWE voice.
Oh,
It's amazing. I don't know how he doesn't lose his voice every session. It's just incredible.
Interesting. Yes. Also today that video went up, which is really cool. There's a video from the Capture the Pub event that was filmed and done by someone, and is quite cool. Yeah, drop it in the chat because it's awesome. But yes, let's move on for now. It's really that's awesome, but that's your life, and I'm done with you now. Chip, how are you?
I'm good.
Is there anything you'd like to bring up? Mention? Have you done anything crazy?
Someone trusted me with their baby today.
What a fool.
Yeah, that was wrong. And I'm pretty sure she peed on me. Yeah.
Well,
University's fun. Dissertations are fun. The university being a joke and not being able to organise themselves properly is also really fun.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
Yeah. So, you know. Other than that, I have literally nothing new to add. And as usual, Internet, I'm going to raise you an alcoholic beverage, wine in a tumbler, because I am that awesome.
So very classy.
Be a bit classy, Internet.
And Jamie, talk to me about you.
Nothing new. This is the highlight of the week. So yeah.
Yay! I'm your highlight. Well, tomorrow you come visit me in London, and then we're spending like a fair amount of time going to bars. Also looking at houses, but mostly going to bars. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
Yeah. So yeah.
Fair enough.
And there's the Motley Crue gig as well. That's gonna be good.
Cool. And finally then, my dearest Joseph, talk to me about you. How are you?
Not really done much, just had half term, aka reading week, so I've not had lectures or seminars or anything for a week.
I've just been binging on anime.
Apart from going out for Halloween and going to a tapas evening, all I've
On
basically
Halloween?
done is No, on the Tuesday. Separate
Okay,
thing.
right. I thought this was a Halloween
I
tapas
basically-
evening. I was very interested for a moment.
So
ruined it.
that would have been far too classy. No,
Mm.
on Halloween I went out and got pissed.
Good, good,
Well, no,
strong.
the day before Halloween I went out on Friday. And then most of the rest of the time I watched Hunter x Hunter. And that's
Yeah.
basically all done. So productive week, obviously. My
Nice.
degree's progressing well.
Good. Glad to hear it. Well, I guess the streamer knows how I am. They heard me talk about me yesterday. So let's play some Snowocalypse, shall we? I like the sound of Snowocalypse. Do we like the sound of Snowocalypse? Is that good? Does that sound fun? Would anyone like to remind me, and the audience, and potentially the rest of the players, what happened last week? I should start giving out XP for this and make some of you like think about this,
as I was saying,
and not give it to Johnny every week.
XP? What?
You couldn't have said,
I'm
that you were
level
going to do
behind
this.
Joe, alright? You can give it to me every week.
So yeah, well, two of you. There's kind of two stories from last week. So, who wants to? I guess Lux and Tudor talk me through what happened to them.
Well, you start with your chat you had with your lovely lady.
I had a chat, confirmed what she said using psychic-y, vision-y things, that she was a childhood friend.
Mhm.
And then was like, fine, I'm not going to stop you, let them go. And then Lux's family arrived.
And then I was kind of like all still geared up to fight shit and was very much aware I was transforming into the things that the person had. So I rallied my family and took them with me to go and like have a discussion with
Yes.
the Ice Queen lady. Who I don't think I'd actually been told what her name was. She was still just the Ice Queen lady to me.
Fair.
And then I had a psychic conversation with her, where I was like, is there any way to fix me? She went, no, but you can stop not becoming a mindless zombie by killing me. So I went, okay, I'm going to kill you.
So I think she was sort of like, the only way is to beat me, and that's not happening. You were like, well, fuck you.
and then blew her up
Yeah.
and ate her heart.
Yeah. The chunk of indeterminate flesh.
Hot, raw meat.
Yep. Yep. And then
Missing
And in the
out,
process,
missing out my contribution, obviously.
yeah.
in the process, Tudor cut her off in psychic maelstrom, which meant she wasn't coming back.
Yeah.
Which was very impressive, but not seen.
Kind of, yeah, basically scattered the pack and made it way easier for you to just go,
Yeah,
okay.
and then also took a wolf from me.
Yeah.
Took a
Basically leapt onto the back of a
I'm gonna
giant...
call them ice zombies.
Yeah.
Took an ice zombie for me.
Oh, I wouldn't. I'm gonna call them the winter
What's that
mutant...
name?
Mutants, winter mutes, freaks. These are the things I've been generally tending to refer to them as.
He took a mutant from me.
Yeah.
And now he's quite. heavily
That sounds like I looked after your baby.
Yep.
If babies could break ribs, yeah. Cool.
Did appear
And Stein and Midnight, what happened to you two?
Yeah. Basically, you could say it was all in Midnight's head.
That would be a mostly accurate scenario, aside from the bit of soul that you
Yeah,
scooped out.
Yeah, basically, Stein, following on from the previous session, he decided to try and forcibly remove Rachel's entity from Midnight. And did this by there's no good way of saying this, but entering Midnight's soul.
And went elbow deep in
Sanctum.
Midnight.
Did you enter
Yeah,
in a
went
sanctum?
Went elbow deep in Midnight's inner sanctum.
Well, you
That's
say
not
elbow
something
deep,
I'd
there was
ever
full
thought
penetration.
you'd say.
I mean, Stein was right in there. Anyway, not the point.
Go on!
Stein encountered the most, what remained of Midnight's identity, and attempted to save it by confronting Rachel. And he basically found this horrible, mangled remains of what Rachel actually was, and used basically a combination of the remainder of Rachel's entity and portions of Stein's own soul to stitch together.
You basically gave her a
Midnight's soul.
transplant, a soul
Yeah.
transplant.
It was a soul transplant, which has
Yeah.
added to Midnight's weirdness and given her some emotional capacity.
Yes. Some of
beyond
Stein's
just
overflowing
rage.
emotional capacity.
Yeah, bar rage and like beyond rage and fear and yeah.
I think
basically
that was most
it's
just kind
already
of
done with.
Pissy.
Yeah, so
We'll
that
see- we'll see
pretty
how
much
that
was
affects
the
things.
sum up there, and I think Stein had just come out of.
Yeah, you two had just come out of the mind's, well, Midnight's mind, back into the real world where Midnight is now feeling a lot healthier, but is still, tied down to a table with assorted restraints, and two men with guns had burst in, looking for you. Who we saw being sent in by Lux's daddy, who I forgot the name of again.
His name is
I keep wanting to call him Hector.
Nylock.
Not Hector. Nylock. Nylock, thank you. Because it's Colin.
Yeah.
It's Colin McRae, that's it. Because, yeah, you're the worst. Cool. Right. See, that's pretty much how it worked out. I don't think I even have to add anything. My god, you guys remembered the entire session yourselves.
No, I forgot one thing.
Oh?
Tudor's emotional realization that he wasn't a
Oh, yeah.
divine king just now, but he's now such a badass that he's kind of...
Yeah, no, he might just do it anyway.
He can accept equals. Basically.
Fair. Alrighty, well, let's do Hex, and then we'll get started. So, Lux, you can highlight your hard.
Yeah. Good job, team.
Stein, oh, you have a three-way tie.
That's kind
I
of tie.
am going to rule out that one, because one of the other players will pick it for you, and these two are more interesting. Heads, tails. You can highlight your hard as well. Midnight, you can highlight your hot.
Thanks, guys.
And Tudor, you can highlight your hard. Everyone wants Tudor to do a bit of everything, but more people want Tudor to be violent. Just want to see you get
Oh,
aggro
okay.
on some people. Remind me, Tudor, what moves did you open last week with your 6th advancement?
Go aggro, manipulate,
Okay.
and
And
whip.
opening your brain to the maelstrom. Okay, cool. Yeah, so that's going to be interesting. Those moves can produce some interesting effects, people of the chat. We'll get to that when, inevitably, Joe rolls like the crazy high roller he is and does something insane. Until then, we'll get started, I suppose. So, I think we pick up with... I think people like kind of converging back to Cecil Road briefly, because you only went like a couple hours outside, and it is the middle of the night, and it's fucking cold out for everyone except Lux, who, yeah, you're kind of noticing. To borrow a phrase.
Tip points out. Should we not do our HM?
Oh, I'm a bad person. You could just say that at me. Yes, no, you guys should do your hex.
You're welcome.
Thank you. All right, who has the best hex with Midnight then?
Fat Zero.
2.
Judah?
2.
Stein, I guess, because, yeah, you spent the entire one with her last session. Pick a stat for Midnight, other than her hot.
I'm not going to be mad if you choose weird now because I've actually got it on a
That's
positive
what
stat.
what I-
other than negative.
that's what I was bordering on, just getting you to actually do weird things. Yeah, fuck it, we're gonna highlight your weird.
Okay, that's not changed at all from last week then.
Good, good.
It's weird and hot last week as well.
Yeah, I know, but now you've got the incentive to try out your weirdness.
This is true.
Yeah. Okay. Going around this way on my Skype window. Who has what hex with Lux?
3.
1.
Tudor? Lux?
1, because I've gone round twice now.
Fair enough. Jesus. Alright, Stein, pick a stat for Lux other than her hard.
You probably want to do one that makes me like you more.
Really? No, I'm gonna give you weird as well.
That's actually fine because I have a +2 in that. So
That's fine.
cool.
Everyone's happy so far. Who has what hex with Stein?
-1.
Good. That feels about right.
I
Plus
have
2.
1.
Alright, Tudor, pick something for Stein.
What's Stein got at the moment?
He has his hard. I believe.
Cool.
It's cool. Okay, you're hard and you're cool, Stein. Interesting. There's probably some fire to be acted under, I'm sure. And Midnight. No,
I mean,
Tudor.
Tudor.
Tudor, sorry. Who has what hex with Tudor? God, I'm scatterbrained today.
2.
2.
I only have 1 because I finally rolled over at HX the first time. It took me 10 weeks, but I did it, guys.
I don't know, but the other 2 haven't done it yet. Okay, we'll give that one to Midnight because she hasn't picked one yet. So, other than his hard? Or no, it's weird. Hard, sorry. You're all kind of geared towards violence this week.
I wonder why the chat thought we need to use violence.
I don't know.
I don't know.
We'll see.
Let's go weird.
That's that's cool.
Thanks.
Hard and weird crowd.
Because I'm nice like that.
Got hard and weird. So we got the hard weirdos, the hot weirdo, and then the cool hard one. It's good. It's good stuff. All right.
I mean, that makes sense. Both me and Tudor coming back from having just done a fight with Psychic Maelstrom stuff, and we're like,
Yeah.
let's get fighting weirdy up in here.
Yeah, you know,
That
it's
makes
worked well for you so far.
Yeah.
So keep the party going. Yeah. So you guys are driving back across the snows. The headlamps of the McRae company's entourage lighting the way, and these giant loping big dudes coming alongside you. And yeah, you get back to Cecil Road. Is there anything being said in the car, by the way? Like, because Tudor is very much in pain at this point.
Yeah, and also I do
question.
have
Remember.
like
Oh, hit me, Joe. What's up?
Oh, my question first.
Yeah, go.
Okay. Now this is bending. Can I use augury to insert my pain into the maelstrom so I'm no longer in pain but I'm still injured? Because pain is just information sent to the brain after all.
Yeah, I guess.
About where it ends up, more about you actually doing it.
Sure. What is it? Just literally, you're using the maelstrom as a painkiller, or is there is there an end target?
Well, I can't
Okay.
heal myself. No, I just don't want to be in pain. I think that's reasonable.
Okay.
Does anybody really want to be in pain though?
It seems fair.
Really?
Yeah,
But there's a person with the capacity to act on that. Yeah, sure. Why not? This can only have interesting consequences.
that's what I thought. It can't be boring.
Slash, you want more XP, you dirty.
Yeah,
XP.
yeah. I know he's filthily mining
What?
for XP.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm rolling augury then.
Do it. Let's see how this plays out. I don't quite know
He
where
hasn't failed one of these self-augury rolls yet, has he?
He's basically just, I don't think ever failed a roll, to be honest.
And he will continue to not fail rolls.
Yeah. He's going to keep doing this, then one day he's going to open his brain to the Psychic Maelstrom, like, around Empire and fail, and I'm going to laugh my ass to the bank. As I make a hard move straight into his brain hole. Okay, yeah, so...
Whoa. What you get up to in your private time is your business.
And it's opened. So
no,
does this mean it's so
Opening
psychic
your-
I actually cure my pain?
opening your brain to the Psychic Maelstrom is opened. Augury is not. It's not all of your weird moves, it is only opening your mind to the Psychic Maelstrom. You have
That's so much less fun.
You can achieve a higher level of psychic sense and go to places beyond what anyone else. This move is overpowered already. It doesn't have an even more overpowered version. Yeah,
Damn
so
it.
what does it look like? You shunting your pain into the realm beyond? Like, how does that work?
Basically, in my like mind palace thing, I'm sitting on the throne,
Hmm.
and then some just kind of dishevelled figure just gets up and walks and stands behind the throne, and I begin to look better.
Right. So you're sacrificing some servant within the maelstrom
No,
for you to feel.
no. My pain has become a physical zombie entity behind me.
Oh,
That
okay.
sounds like it'll be more fun for you.
Oh, okay. Excuse me while I make a note.
So enjoy that.
It's like you want to die.
Oh, it's gonna be interesting. We've got some fun things ahead. But yeah, okay, yeah. So, yeah, I think from where you're kind of sitting in the real world, so Shooter's breathing eases, and their posture gets more relaxed, like fists unclenched, maybe something like that. But they get no less pale, like cold sweat running down the side of his face. He still looks as in a shitty place as ever. He just seems calm about it all.
Fair.
I
I mean, I think I would have kind of gone to him like the moment I kind of recovered from eating
yeah,
hunk of flesh and probably went to try and stabilize.
yeah. It's
I-
there's no major external wounds, or there's some scrapes and bruises.
Also,
But
stable and persist for a while.
yeah, but he's evidently like it shouldn't be doing anything.
Cool.
Which may not be and there's definitely some internal stuff going on there.
Alright. Also, yeah, by the way, Stein, Tudor, you would notice I do now have, like, wolf ears.
Yeah, Lux's ears have gotten pointy.
Right, okay.
Like, I have, yeah, I have wolf ears and whiskers now.
Is there any like just general change to like your facial structure other than that, or is it just literally like you've sprouted these kind of long, thin, wispy hairs from like along the bridge of your nose?
And kind of yellowy eyes, but that's...
Okay, but no like full-on cat pupil yet.
No.
Okay.
It's ears, eyes, and whiskers. She's basically gone sensory overload now.
Okay. So what's that like for Lux? Just driving along in your car.
I don't think she's noticed, to be honest.
Fair.
Like,
Yeah.
she's kind of a little bit preoccupied with...
Yeah, the other thing is you can like, it's not telepathy so much as you can feel your pack, as it were, like running alongside, and their general like kind of it borders on curiosity, but it's not quite there. They know it's like we're going back. Okay, why? It doesn't really matter. It's kind of interesting, but it doesn't really matter.
Cool.
Yeah, it's almost as if you could read the mind of a dog.
Yeah.
It's like loyal. What? Huh? No, loyal.
Sure.
Yeah.
Fetch.
More or less. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think your dad's voice has crackled over the radio once or twice, going like, making sure things are okay first, and then the second time maybe like,
Yeah, I'd have picked him up for the first time he called.
yeah. So it's Lux, what's happening over there? These things have all gone docile.
Yeah, so basically there was no way to reverse what's happened to me, so I killed the pack alpha. Now I'm the pack alpha.
Nice slip in of the move name there.
So this is our temporary solution. We'll keep working on it, but for now we're good. Like it audibly doing.
Yeah, it's like, okay. We headed back to town.
Figure that's where the supplies are, and Tudor's pretty banged up. Don't suppose you brought any medical supplies with you from your trading caravan?
Actually, I will give you a chance to try something here. So if you check
Just the chopper move.
Yeah, the other chopper move.
Yeah, the chopper move. Yeah.
Let's see if you have the perfect thing on hand for the situation.
It's basically the idea of it is that your gang is a bunch of filthy thieves,
Yeah.
and they just pocket shit.
I basically transitioned into a chopper here, pretty much.
A little bit. You're a chopper who's way better at using your car than a normal chopper.
Yeah. Roll plus hard. I suppose I don't get to add my car's power to this, do I?
No, do not.
That would be a little bit too much to ask for.
Yeah, like, this is going via your dad. He's pretty confident you're not going to try and blow him up. I don't know if you necessarily should be. But he's reasonably confident of that
Partial
fact.
success.
Okay, can you read me what happens when you succeed in that roll, please?
On a 10 plus, one of you happens to have just the thing or close enough. On a 7 to 9,
Damn it.
one of you happens to have something pretty close, unless what you're looking for is high tech, in which case no dice.
Yeah, so I think a few, like, painkillers and, like...
Painkillers. Do you think we need some painkillers?
Yeah,
How are
it's
you
like he's
feeling,
just
mate?
there, like, you see as, like, the kind of the stigmata burned around his head, it's like, the glow fades from it, and his breathing eases, and you're like, painkillers? He's like, nah, mate, I'm good. I sort myself. Yeah, like, some guys have some painkillers, another guy has a bunch of anti-allergy stuff, not anti-allergy stuff, like, antibiotics, which might be useful. And I think some guys have some bandages, but this, whatever's wrong with Tudor, you can see there's like a small dent in his chest. It will require some more creative applications,
Cool.
I think. But you could probably, like, you could get him through... The stuff they've got will at least tide him over for a while, so he's not going to, like, die overnight.
He's not going to bleed out, but
Yeah,
he's not going to get better.
Yeah.
Cool.
We're going to need something a little bit fancier to deal with this.
Cool.
Yeah, so I think, yeah, you were driving back, and yeah, so I think your dad kind of goes, right, we'll talk once we're back in town. Do not like being out here in the middle of the night. Once we get back, though, we need to have a conversation.
That seems fair.
And probably bring along the wind as well. Unclicks, and yeah. So, yeah, the cars are roaring back. Does any chat happen between you two in the car on the way?
Probably just like constantly kind of checking in on, like, I've dealt with kind of dying people before. I know he's not dying with stabilized, but just like,
Yeah.
it's like, so Tudor, how you doing? Yeah, still gonna take over the world, boy? Come on.
So you're like trying to make sure he doesn't go into shock, but
Yeah.
at the same time, Tudor is in no danger of going into shock because he's not on painkillers. He's eliminated the capacity to feel pain from his brain for a while.
But basically, I'm being kind of patronizing, but like I'm attempting to deal
Yeah.
with someone who's heavily wounded, which you will probably interpret it as being patronizing.
Yeah.
But go.
How's
And I'm
Tudor
just
holding
kind
up?
of concentrating a bit on the augury, kind of glancing at the changes in lux and kind of grunting in a half kind of.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
I think from this, like, with the dark inside the cabin, it's probably not... You can't even really see it, except the occasional, like, glare of light off the snow, like, silhouettes, like, the pointed ear, like, just kind of quivering.
I do still have like my blue little beanie hat on top as well.
So you got... So
Ears
you,
coming
like,
out
hide...
sides.
Yeah, nice, like it.
Beanie hat.
Okay. Yeah. So...
Oh yes.
Okay. So yeah, you're driving back. And yeah, I think we'll let you guys get to like back to the kind of the big lift into town and the And what do you do with your like gang, by the way? Like your loyal followers. Not your dad's, they're all coming inside, obviously.
Yeah.
But the big guys get there and they're like looking at you. Actually, no, they aren't looking at you. But you can feel their, like, attention on you. They're just looking in random directions.
I think I'm like, I'm gonna like, sort of radio to my dad. It's like, I don't know how good control I've got on them right now, so I'm gonna keep them close to me, as I reckon that's the best way to keep control. You may want to keep your boys away. We'll work out.
Yeah.
We'll keep the personal radios. Like,
Yeah.
I take my personal radio out of the thing.
Yeah, I think, Tudor, as you, like, get out of the car and step down, you see the one that you fought standing there with, like, bullet holes riddled through its arms, and is just staring, like, across the bonnet of the car, completely enwrapped as the rest of them. And you get, like, a closer look at its, like, facial features, and yeah, its head is, like, completely hairless from head to toe, including its head has, like, rounded off. There's no external parts to its ears. Its kind of jaws, like, kind of shrunk in a bit, neck is like thickened to basically there's almost no distinguishing point. It's just a log of muscle. And yeah, their eyes just kind of like on one they've got one that's like kind of feline that's like staring out and like constantly moving and tracking the surroundings, and the other one's just like looks like someone who's high, like massive pupil, and looks completely vacant and dead. And they just don't seem to look at you once they've kind of established from Lux that you're okay. Even though this guy broke your ribs 2 hours ago.
Cool.
Just so you know. Yeah. So we'll you guys doing that, and you all get onto the elevator and start clunking your way down.
I probably say, you
Okay.
guys take the elevator first. We'll follow you. Let's maybe not stick all these people in a nice cramped space with each other.
Daggers. All right,
But,
see you
yeah.
down there in a sec, and we'll go check the office. Yeah, and Judah, you're presumably with him.
Yep.
And the elevator starts going down, and as you get in there, he like fishes out another radio, and clicks on and goes, "Boys, report!" Unclicks the button, and then you get a and we're gonna find out what's happening on the other end of that walkie-talkie now.
Have you seen the message that Jamie put?
Yes, I have. So, I do apologise, I forgot that small detail. So, what we jump back to is, we've got a half-naked Midnight, tied and bound by assorted things to a, like, random junk you find around a machining workshop to a table. Stein, looking a little pale... Sorry?
Nothing new there, then.
Yeah, indeed. Stein looking a little, like, pale, a bit of a cold sweat on his forehead, and have stumbled back, propping himself up on a desk. And, like, you're just enjoying the moment of Midnight you don't feel like death, when, bang! And, yeah, a voice comes through and it's like, "Hey! Open up! Boss wants to talk to you!" And then, like, another boom! As they probably threw their weight against the door. What do you do?
Stein gets up and sort of works his way. He's feeling kind of lightheaded.
Yeah.
He works his way closer to the entryway to the workshop that's been barricaded before once Lux and Tudor left the last time. There's a large deadbolt.
Yeah.
Thing shut.
Assorted things thrown against it and stuff.
And
You're not gonna untie Midnight.
No, I'm going to leave it there for a second. I haven't gone
Okay.
too far away from it. I've just gone within, like, sort of calling different distance from the door.
That's fine!
And just shouted through. You don't sound undead. You also don't sound like my last couple of intruders. Who are you and what do you want?
I think you get another, like, hammer on the door of, like, boom, boom, boom. Stein, you crazy fuck, it's me. Terry. I work from the McRae man. What the hell is going on here? I have walked past 30, 40 corpses on my way down here? Let me the fuck in. The boss wants to talk to you when he gets back.
How many of you are there?
There's 2 of us.
Right.
Don't make the boss man wait.
Okay.
Because if he comes back and you're still in there,
One.
there'll be more than 2.
I'll just be a minute. Stein moves back to the table and is Midnight conscious now?
Yeah,
He throws
Midnight,
himself back into the psychic maelstrom in there.
Midnight's
realizing-
fine. Same advice about the whole crazy bullshit machine does stand. I do not recommend plugging yourself straight back into that thing without an 8-hour sleep.
So it's as if you guys want me to do that because you keep setting me up for the opportunity. And like the one time I don't set up for that, you guys are like, "Are you gonna do it? Are you gonna do it?"
I'm just outlining that Stein is aware that he has a bit of a pounding headache, and like Midnight, I think you're kind of like moving the slight amount you can when Stein goes past the top of his like neck. There's some like I don't know if they're necessarily like black lines or like, but there's like some almost like popped out nerves on the back of his neck where the thing interfaced with his head, the top of his spinal column. It doesn't look healthy.
Okay.
Oh, lovely.
So yeah, Stein ungags Midnight and starts undoing the restraints on her arms. Midnight, are you okay? Can you hear me? Do you understand what's going on? Can you move?
Yeah, I understand what's fucking going on. Will you just let me off this fucking table, please?
Yeah, you're welcome. Stein undoes the restraints on her feet. And yeah, he moves over. He moves back towards the door, and he has a couple of throwing knives prepared. In one hand behind his back.
Throwing knives or just holding a shotgun?
So I'm struggling between Zeta from the other campaign now.
Yeah.
He does have knives, but yeah, he's got a couple of knives in hand behind his back. And he moves towards the door.
Yeah,
And,
Midnight, what are you
just
doing
comes
is
through.
like, this is happening, just so I know. Like, are you getting up and just robbing circulation back into your hands?
I'm just like dealing with the fact that I've just been lying on a table for God knows how long.
Okay.
Yeah, basically.
No, yeah.
Cool, okay. Just curious.
Okay.
And yeah.
So I move back. I move to the door and start moving stuff out of the way at the door. Obviously, not touching the deadbolt at this stage. Saying, "Is this going to be a talk, or is this going to be another gun pointed in my face?"
Stein, I ain't gonna shoot you if you don't do anything stupid.
Oh,
But
you're
I'll admit
no,
to being a little bit nervy at the moment. There's a lot of bodies around.
Yeah, you probably want to be on this side of the door because those things have a tendency to get up.
Then open the fucking door.
Yeah,
Before-
I know. Yeah, I know you're not going to shoot me. You need me, so I'm just.
Stein,
Gonna...
I'm just the messenger man. It's Nylock wants to talk to you.
Right.
He'll be back in a little while. Just open the door, man, so this doesn't have to happen the hard way.
Okay. Stein turns back to Midnight. Do you remember everything that's just happened? What was the last... You remember what we've just gone through, right?
Most of it.
Sick. Cool.
You were just
Sick,
in
yeah.
my fucking brain.
Okay, cool. I'm just making sure that, that you just have a weird way of saying thanks.
Oh, no, thank you, but
So,
it
yeah.
was weird.
Before he unlocks the door, Stein moves across to the worktop and he picks up the rifle that he threw away a few weeks ago and just tosses it to Midnight. Says, "Well, there you go, just in case things go
Pear-shaped.
pear-shaped with these discussions."
I like the idea that... Sorry, I just realised that that's a really weird phrase for Stein to use.
Yeah.
The idea of a pear is just a thing that wouldn't exist
Yeah,
in this world.
you-
But I also like the idea of Stein using phrases that make no fucking sense.
Yeah. So yeah, unbolts the workshop door and opens it up for Terry and whoever Terry's with.
Yeah. So it's this guy Terry and another dude called Scene standing there. And Terry's, he's like got a combat shotgun. He's lowered it. Terry is holding like an assault rifle, and he's not quite like up and ready to SWAT burst into the room. But he's definitely not got it like at his side and is completely relaxed. And yeah, like I mean, from your position, you can see at least 3 collapsed people. And it's definitely not fun in any degree.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So
Terry kind of looks and goes, "Okay, Midnight in there?"
well, see for yourself. You really don't want to be pointing those anywhere because the last time that happened, these bodies appeared. So just get inside. Let's not do anything irrational.
Yeah, so they like move in. Terry looks a little more relaxed. I like to think he's had maybe a few conversations with you in the past and is like okay with you. The other guy is just freaked. Scene is just a bit freaked out.
So once
they
that's
move
through,
in.
Stein just bolts the door back.
Yeah. So they kind of get in, turn towards and see Midnight just kind of rubbing her arm, almost naked from the waist up. And yeah, I think like Terry just kind of stops and like backing up. Scene like backs into him, kind of what the oh. And yes, alluring Skinner takes effect on these morons. So yeah, you kind of have the social advantage on them, dearie. Or do you just...
really? I don't need to take clothes off to be able to attract people's attention. It's just a nice thing to be able to do every now and then.
Oh, is what you're saying? You don't have to take your clothes off to have a good time?
Nice. Good one.
Thank you. Yeah. So Terry kind of like eventually tears his gaze away and just kind of takes that from him and goes, right. So Nylok and Lux and that crazy Raven man, Tudor, all went out to chase down some snow zombie lady. I don't know, it was all... There was some strange shit going on. They want us to be waiting up upstairs. We've wandered through a few floors. Lift was broken between floor 3 and 4. What the fuck happened, dude? He kind of looks to you, looks over at Midnight, like... Yeah.
Yeah. Stein basically at this point decides he must... his legs give up and he just slumps against the wall. And he just pulls out a cigarette and goes, you know what? Midnight, you just said you remember everything. Why don't you refresh the room?
I think Scene like moves over to you, like putting the gun to the side, and kind of like checks you, just over. Nothing like creepy or invasive. He's just like you're pale and sweating, and it's not that warm.
I can take a bath. You'd still be ugly.
He gives you a look. Yes, Midnight. Terry kind of looks at you and gives you the shrug of
Yeah, well, basically it was a regular day. Stein just entered my maelstrom and somehow decided he was gonna fix me.
Yeah, I don't know if maelstrom is a common term. Like, the psychics of the group, do you have a fixed term for talking about psychic stuff? Like, is the maelstrom an accepted thing, or did Midnight just drop some really weird sentence on this dude?
I hope I did.
No, I think that's definitely common. Yeah, you're gonna fuck her right in the maelstrom. Yeah.
That needs to be a thing.
Yeah, I think Terry just kind of like looks at you, looks at Stein, looks at you, looks at Stein. It's like, right, you know what? There doesn't seem to be anyone around. I find myself in need of a really, really stiff drink. You got anything in here, Stein, or do we go raid Cecil's place?
Second shelf, middle cabinet.
Yeah, he just walks straight over, uncaps the bottle, like takes just a long pull. Like, what is it in there? What does Stein drink?
He's got a bottle of a dark brown liquid that just has an X on it.
Yeah,
He
okay.
offers
That's
no
it.
explanation
Yeah.
of what it's offering.
Is it like a proper jug with a pull out like cork in it? Are we going full? You pulled something out of a western like.
No. It's in like it is just like it is a cork bottle. It's just standard, no design to the bottle. Just brown liquid with an X on it. No and no information.
Yeah, there's the nice satisfying boom, and then he just takes a big long pull,
Oh,
walks past, and hands it out towards Midnight, looking a little kind of just like, okay. Yeah. So I think he kind of like does that and puts the thing down and goes, right. We need to go upstairs, meet the boss guy. Are you two okay to move? Kind of looks to the table like that has all of the assorted restraints hanging off of it, and Midnight sitting there like rubbing these kind of red marks on her wrists and stuff. Over to sweaty, like shaky Stein. Is like, are you guys okay to head upstairs?
Honey, I've survived a lot worse than this.
All right. Yeah, I think it's at this moment his like walkie-talkie in his back pocket crackles, and yeah, you hear Nylok's voice, who's definitely recognizable to the two of you. He's a fairly important figure. Just coming like, "Hey, Terry, how's it going? Report." He picks up and says, "Found the two of them. Bring them upstairs now." How was the hunting? And yeah, we kind of, I guess, I think he just kind of goes, We'll chat about that. See you shortly. And he looks over towards you two and goes, well, I think a long conversation is overdue. And that's where we're going to cut to our first break. When we come back, we will have all of our PCs together again in lovely harmony. And by harmony, I mean they'll probably be doing something awful to each other. See you in just a moment.
Murder.
Murder! Yay!